Imagine a platinum rapper walking straight out of prison, calm, slow, like he owned the place. No alarms, no chase, just freedom. That sounds impossible, right? Well, YNW Melly might have just pulled it off, and the footage will leave you questioning everything. He didn't drop a song. He dropped himself out of prison. Yes, you heard right. YNW Melly just walked out like it was a red carpet event, and the footage, way too real to ignore. What if I told you the video everyone's watching, of YNW Melly escaping prison, was not supposed to exist? Officials swear it's fake, but the evidence says otherwise. And the truth might be darker than anyone imagined. YNW Melly did not drop a song this time, he dropped himself out of prison. Yes, you heard right. While other rappers release albums, Melly walked away from his cell like it was part of a music video. The clip spreading online is so wild that fans are calling it Prison Break, Florida edition. One of the guards later joked that he honestly thought Melly was just on his way to a music sound check. The whole situation felt so unreal that it almost looked like part of a planned performance. Picture this. You show up for your regular shift, expecting a normal day. And instead you watch a platinum-selling rapper casually strut out of the prison doors. Like he is stepping onto the red carpet at an award show. No panic, no rush, just smooth confidence, as if freedom was his to take whenever he pleased. But here is where the story takes a strange turn. The prison officials came forward and claimed that no such footage exists. They insisted that people were overreacting, that no cameras caught anything out of the ordinary. Really, that is hard to believe when the internet is flooded with a crystal-clear video showing Melly walking right past security. The clip does not look like a grainy rumor, looks like cold, undeniable evidence. Viewers online can clearly see him, moving with ease, almost like he was leaving brunch with friends instead of breaking out of one of the toughest facilities in the state. This contradiction sparks even more questions. If the prison says there is no video, then where did this footage come from? Was it leaked by someone inside? Was it planted to embarrass the prison system? Or could it be part of something far bigger, a cover-up to hide how a high-profile rapper managed to walk free without resistance? The mystery only deepens because the video feels too authentic to dismiss. And if the internet has it, then somebody, somewhere, knows the truth. So what is it? A leak, a cover-up, or just another outrageous Florida story? Whatever the truth is, the memes are unstoppable. Twitter has nicknamed him YNW Melly Vanilli for lip-syncing his way through freedom, while TikTok already turned the escape into a dance trend. And trust me, the clip looks more shocking than most Netflix crime documentaries. The video starts off like one of those ghost stories that people dismiss at first. The screen flickers with a grainy angle, the lights are low, and for a moment, it looks like nothing. Then suddenly, there he is, Melly, the same rapper the world already knows for both his music and his murder trial. He is seen calmly walking down a hallway that, according to prison officials, is not supposed to exist at all. His hood is pulled tight over his head. His steps are steady, almost like he had practiced this walk 100 times before. Within seconds of the clip appearing online, the internet exploded. What made this moment so powerful was not only the video itself, but the history tied to his name. Melly is not just another artist who makes catchy songs. His story has always carried shadows of crime, mystery, and conspiracy. His career has been a strange mix of talent and trouble, pulling people in for reasons far beyond his music. To many, this footage was more than just a simple leak. It was proof that his life is tangled in something bigger. The reason people reacted so strongly is because of the storm already surrounding him. This is the same man accused of killing two of his closest friends, YNW Juvie and YNW Kaiser, in 2019. That case alone shocked the music world, leaving fans torn between admiration and disbelief. So when a video appeared, showing him walking freely where he should not have been, it felt like another chapter in a story that refuses to slow down. It was not just a clip, it was a reminder that with Melly, nothing is ever as simple as it seems. That trial dragged on for years, mistrials, delays, courtroom drama, leaving fans split between those chanting "Free Melly" and others demanding he be locked away forever. Then, just as things seemed to calm down, this prison escape video drops out of nowhere. Officials instantly call it fake, digitally altered, just another online hoax. But let's be real, we have heard this excuse before. Remember when clips of XXXTentacion's killers were brushed off as fake at first? Or when Tekashi 6ix9ine's prison fight videos were labeled edited? The pattern is always the same. deny, distract, discredit. Here is what makes this case different. The clip does not look fake. The lighting matches the prison design. The corridor matches leaked blueprints from 2 years ago, posted by a mysterious Reddit user, and when the guard shift records from that night suddenly disappeared, suspicions skyrocketed. Online detectives are now picking apart every frame. One TikTok creator slowed the clip down and noticed a shadowy figure following Melly at a distance too far to identify, but close enough to suggest he was not alone. On Twitter, another user claimed Melly's hoodie in the footage was the same brand he wore during a pre-trial hearing. Coincidence, or was it a clue left on purpose? Fans are torn in half. Supporters insist this proves he was framed and the system is crumbling. Critics say if the clip is real, it means the justice system is a joke, and Melly just exposed it in the boldest way possible. Meanwhile, memes flood social media. One tweet joked, "He did not just drop murder on my mind, he dropped the prison keys too." Another TikTok remixed his song, Mixed Personalities, with the caption, "Mixed Facilities." The jokes are endless, but beneath the humor is something darker. If this escape is real, it is not just a scandal, it is a collapse of the very system meant to hold one of America's most infamous young rappers accountable. And what really fuels the conspiracy? The silence. Normally, after even a failed escape, officials issue press releases, warnings, and lockdowns, but this time, almost nothing. Officials say there was no security breach, but if that is true, then why does the footage look so real? Why did 3 guards suddenly call in sick the very next day? And why did a whistleblower's email claim that camera 12 went dark for exactly 9 minutes? The same 9 minutes when Melly was seen on video. This is where the whispers turn dark. A supposed leak from an anonymous staff member claims Melly had been meeting with high-level visitors weeks before the footage appeared. Who were they? And why was their access erased from the official logbook? Even stranger, after those meetings, Melly was quietly moved to another unit under the excuse of routine security adjustments. Scandals never just appear. They build, like pressure in a boiler room, until the whole thing blows apart. And Melly, chaos has always been his stage. Back in 2018, months before the murders, his breakout song "Murder on My Mind" went viral not just because it was catchy, but because the lyrics eerily reflected the crime he was later accused of. Was it art imitating life, or a confession hidden in plain sight? Fans argued, prosecutors seized it, and Melly laughed it off in interviews. Now, with this escape footage surfacing, people are replaying those lyrics and asking if he was revealing the truth all along. Online, the theories multiply. Forums are filled with claims of bribed guards, blind camera zones, even tunnels under the prison. One post insisted that an entire wing was conveniently under maintenance that night, giving Melly an empty hallway to walk through. Then came another alleged piece of evidence, a shaky drone video showing movement by the prison's north wall that same night. Fans ate it up. Some called Melly a mastermind pulling off hip-hop's greatest Houdini act. Others swore he was being framed again by a system terrified of what he might expose. Melly himself had hinted on past jail calls that they were setting him up, that powerful people did not want him free. He never named names, but now those words echo louder than ever. The fallout was instant. News channels scrambled to cover the story but avoided confirming too much. YouTube exploded with breakdowns, some calling the video AI generated, others saying it was undeniable proof. And through it all, Melly's legal team said nothing. No denial, no confirmation, just silence. And that silence only made people talk louder. Then things escalated. Screenshots of an alleged prison email surfaced with one chilling line: "Do not release camera 12 logs under any circumstances." Suddenly, the question was no longer if Melly escaped, it was who helped him, and why. Leaks poured in. Telegram channels lit up with supposed internal memos from the Department of Corrections. One line, highlighted in red, read, "All inquiries regarding inmate demons to be redirected through special clearance only." Since when does a 24-year-old rapper on trial for double murder need special clearance, unless something bigger is being hidden? Anonymous ex-staff added fuel to the fire. One claimed Melly had not even been in his original cell that night. He had been moved to isolation, a unit that looks exactly like the one in the footage. Another said a guard was paid off, then retired 2 days later with a pension triple the usual size. Hush money, or coincidence? Social media went nuclear. Hashtags like #Melly, escape and #camera12 flooded feeds. TikTok edits paired the grainy clip with horror music and prison break scenes. Reddit debated whether it was government cover-up or cartel funding. Then, a supposed leaked voice note appeared on Discord. It allegedly captured Melly himself laughing. "They thought I was trapped. They ain't ready for what's next." The voice was unconfirmed, but the clip spread like wildfire. Even celebrities jumped in. Meek Mill tweeted, "This don't look like no deepfake. Y'all better explain that hallway." Cardi B posted the clip with a prayer emoji. 50 Cent chimed in with Florida wildin' again. Every reaction poured gasoline on the flames. Mainstream news could not ignore it anymore. One Florida station compared the clip's camera angle to Broward's detention blueprints, and the match was disturbingly close. Then came another Lacan alleged confidential incident report, mentioning an unauthorized corridor breach on the exact same night. It did not name Melly but referred to inmate D. That was enough to shake even the skeptics. At this point, the story was no longer just about YNW Melly. It had become about corruption, power, and whether the prison system itself could be trusted. Politicians stepped in. One Florida senator warned, "If this footage is authentic, heads are going to roll. You don't just lose track of a high-profile inmate." Yet officials doubled down, calling everything fake, manipulated, disinformation. But here is the problem: silence and denial only feed suspicion. And with no proof to disprove the footage, the conspiracy only grew bigger. Then came the whistleblower. A podcast host claimed they spoke with a retired corrections officer who confirmed the escape was real but staged. According to that account, Melly was not breaking out on his own. He was being allowed to walk that corridor. Why? Nobody could say for sure, but the idea was chilling. If that story is true, then Melly was not escaping from the system, he was escaping with the system's help. Imagine that. A rapper accused of double murder used as a pawn in a game so big and so hidden that even prison walls could not contain it. That theory alone sent the internet into meltdown. TikTok dramatized it. YouTubers turned it into hour-long breakdowns. Twitter Spaces ran through the night. Everyone had an angle, but no one had proof. And through all the noise, Melly stayed silent. No calls, no statements, no outbursts, just silence. And silence only fueled the fire. In today's world, silence is gasoline. Fans zoomed into the footage, swearing they saw Melly smile at the camera before slipping away. Some called it confidence. Others said it was a warning. One viral TikTok read, "This isn't a smile, it's a threat." Suddenly, the question was not just did Melly escape, but what does he know, and why now? Remember, Melly's case was already a storm. Allegations of tampered evidence, rumors of gang ties, years of mistrials. Doubt has always followed him. If he truly walked out of prison, even briefly, that only adds another shocking layer. Was he running from the lore, from something darker inside those walls? As the chaos spread, the memes multiplied. One viral edit showed Melly leaving prison while Murder on My Mind played, captioned "Escape on my mind." Another joked, "Florida prisons just dropped the new DLC." Humor, fear, and outrage blended into one unstoppable wave. The fallout came fast. Reports claimed the governor's office ordered an internal audit of Broward's detention center. Several guards were suspended, and when reporters pressed officials, one statement only made things worse: "We can't comment on ongoing investigations." Too many that sounded like confirmation of a cover-up. The stage was set. A rapper accused of murdering his closest friends. A leaked video of his supposed escape, silent officials, suspended guards, and millions of fans dissecting every frame. And then came the lawsuits. Civil rights groups demanded answers, saying the footage exposed deep corruption. Families of other inmates asked, "If Melly can walk out of prison, what about our loved ones?" One attorney went viral after declaring, "If you can't keep YNW Melly locked up, you can't keep anyone safe." The government could not ignore it. A task force was formed to investigate possible breaches. The press release was vague, but insiders whispered about federal agents getting involved. Leaked text messages claimed state employees held classified meetings about the footage, with one haunting line: "If the public knew the truth, this would collapse more than one case." And collapse it did. Within days, 3 senior prison officials suddenly resigned. Their names were erased from official websites, their homes locked up, phones disconnected, neighbors saying they left in the middle of the night. Suspicious? Absolutely. Online, theories exploded. Was this proof the escape was staged by insiders? Or just the system scrambling to hide its own failures? Meanwhile, Melly's trial arty, a circus spiraled into madness. Defense lawyers argued the footage proved a conspiracy against their client. Prosecutors called it fake, but their denials fell flat. Every time they dismissed the clip, another leak appeared, a resignation letter, a missing logbook, whispers of deleted tapes. Public opinion split harder than ever. Hashtags shifted from hashtag Free Melly to hashtag Find Melly. One viral poll asked 2 million users, if YNW Melly escaped, would you hide him or turn him in? More than half said they would hide him. But for the families of Juvie and Sackhazer, the footage was unbearable. In emotional interviews, they called it a slap in the face. One mother said, if he can smile, walking out of prison after killing my son, then this system has failed us all. That line played everywhere, fueling outrage. The cultural storm was impossible to ignore. Late-night shows joked about Florida prisons being as easy as drive-thrus. TikTok launched escape challenges, using Melly's music. YouTubers dropped 2-hour exposes, breaking down every pixel. And just when it seemed the noise might fade, another leak hit. This time, was a classified government memo claiming evidence tied to Melly's incarceration was being suppressed. Buried inside was one phrase that set the internet on fire: external network involvement. What network? A cartel? A gang? A government agency? No one knew, but theories ran wild. Some believed Melly was a pawn for organized crime. Others thought he was part of a secret government test involving AI surveillance. Whatever the truth, one thing was certain: this was no longer just about a rapper's escape. It was about power, corruption, and a system that looked more fragile by the day. Wow, yes, entertaining, absolutely. And just like that, the story refused to die down. Pressure only grew. News crews camped outside the prison gates. Protesters held up signs: show us the footage, where's camera 12? Even justice for Juvie and Sack. Helicopters circled overhead while live streamers went non-stop, making the prison feel less like a correctional center and more like the set of a blockbuster movie. Inside the courtroom, judges struggled to keep order. One hearing even ended suddenly when Melly leaned over and whispered something to his lawyer. The attorney's face reportedly showed panic. Rumor had it, Melly said, they're watching us, too. Whether true or not, those words dominated headlines for days. The whole thing started to feel like a thriller playing out in real life. Then came the twist. An investigative reporter claimed the leaked escape video was not from a troll account at all. Instead, its metadata traced back to a secure state server, the same system that stored prison surveillance. That meant one of two things. Either the system was hacked, or someone on the inside purposely leaked it. And if that is true, the stakes were enormous. If the leak was internal, then someone wanted the world to see it. But the question remained: why? Was it to uncover corruption, protect Melly, or throw the case into chaos? Nobody had answers, only more speculation. Meanwhile, Melly's music streams exploded. Murder on My Mind shot back up the charts. Fans joked with memes like Escape on My Mind. And his Spotify numbers doubled. Record labels stayed silent. But whispers spread that executives were preparing to drop unreleased songs. If Melly somehow got out, in the music industry, money always finds a way, even in the middle of chaos. The longer officials stayed quiet, the bigger the storm grew. As one media analyst put it, when truth is missing, conspiracy takes its place. Finally, weeks later, the governor spoke. His words sounded flat and robotic. There is no credible evidence Melly escaped or attempted to escape. But by then, it did not matter. The internet had already written its own version of the story. Half the world believed Melly had escaped. The other half thought he was being silenced. And that was the real damage. Not just to Melly's trial, but to the public's trust in the justice system. Because once people see even one crack, they start doubting the entire wall. If this video was real and it looked real, and maybe other secrets were being hidden too. Other scandals. Other lies.